Hello, I've got Ourison. Ourison. Probably Ourison, right? Not Ourison. So this is Tired Hands multi-grain Saison. They say 4 grains. Barley, oats, wheat, rye. Barley, oats, wheat, rye. Yep, that's one. So this one is a can conditioned Saison, Oak-Fermented. Um, so it's kind of like a lot of Saisons that breweries put in bottles. I guess it's sort of a maybe sort of Hill Farmstead style, but this is a lower alcohol one, and it's like 4.8. Doesn't say on the can. This is the batch from February 7th. So I guess it's fermented in oak and with wild yeast and bacteria, so it's going to be a little bit tart and sour, like Hill Farmstead's Saisons. And this one uses just Cascade hops, but I don't think it's like heavily hopped. And I guess that's all you need to know. This is my last can of it. I've already had it. No, it was maybe a tad too tart for me, at least these days. We'll see what I think of it now. And it's cool they put this in cans, and I think it was like not that expensive. So most of the time, if there's a 750 of a beer like this, it's $10 to $20, but this is definitely like maybe around $18 a 4-pack. Breweries keep doing this, but a lot of breweries don't because no one buys this crap. Yeah, Amory's Tomb, one of my favorite Saison brewers. They have a lower alcohol Brett Saison they do. It's not sour, oak fermented. It's really good. Treehouse a few years ago would make these cans of a sort of Brett funky Saisons, and they haven't done that in a while. So that head is real wispy and fizzy. Definitely the tart got some tartness that's going to make that head go away. But a pretty lively carb. Not a huge amount of bubbles, but you can hear it. The carb still popping. A few little chunks of stuff in there. Interesting. I guess it's just yeast. I guess probably just the heavy carb kind of pushed around the yeast. It hasn't really formed a really tight, dense sediment. Is the word I'm looking for. And I'm smelling it already. Ooh, musky. I still got some Saison characteristics, some like fresh Saison yeast fermentation characteristics. Sometimes when you age Saisons for a long time with Brett and bacteria, it can like lose some of those like perry, estery, and spicy notes. This has a little bit of that. It's pretty mild on the spice. It's not clovey. This is more musky. A little bit citrusy. And some lemony lactic stuff, but not so strong. But I think I can tell it's going to be sour. But a good amount of like musky, woody, kind of hay-like Saison. A little bit of crab apple, maybe. A little bit of like juicy fruit Brett. Oh yeah, definitely some Brett funk in there. Hay, barnyard. And it's not like, it says oak fermented. That means it's not really barrel aged. Like it's not aged in oak enough to really get a huge character. But I'm getting some tannins in there. It's quite dry. There's some bitterness, but on just the first sip, there's some like, like licking a barrel sort of woody drying tannins in there. Tea-like, I guess. I don't know. Is there a hint of acetic acid, like vinegary stuff? I don't know. You can see the head just basically died down. Quite complex. Yeah, maybe it's all the grains too are adding to that. The hay, woody sort of character. There's definitely earthy stuff going on. The rye spiciness might be coming out. Though it's very dry and, lower alcohol, there is some body to it. It's not lifeless. But, yeah, this is one, it's a little bit too sour for me, I would say. What I wish they would do, just amp up the hops and the bitterness, and that would help to keep the bacteria at bay. Because that's one big thing about how hops preserve beers is lactobacillus and stuff can't really live and make a lot of lactic acid if you're up like at 20 IBUs or higher. But this does have kind of a cool quality about it that makes you think aged, sour, funky Saison, and also sort of fresh, cleaner Saison, but erring on the sour side a bit. I would like a little less sour and more Brett character in it, but I say that about just about every sour beer. This is angled weird. Yep, very well made. I wish the head would have not just spritzed out so fast. In part, that's just the sourness. But yeah, it's one of those beers. If I drink this whole thing real fast, I'll get some like acid reflux or something. I'm definitely going to blend this with a different beer, even though it's said that it has kind of an old and fresh sort of Saison stuff happening already. It's a little bit too sour for my tastes. But really well made beer, and cool that it's in cans. So I give it maybe 4.2. Bye.